Bethany, I hope you're doing well. As you know, over the past several weeks, the pastors and overseers have been diligently seeking God, seeking His guidance and direction regarding the right time and right path to begin to open up the building again, to begin to worship together under the same roof. And we know that there are a lot of thoughts, a lot of perspectives right now on what the timing is for an event like this. And the thing is, I know that all of us are seeking to make wise, godly decisions, to have wisdom in whatever we do in a way that really reflects what God has commanded us, to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, our soul, our mind, our strength, and to love our neighbors as ourselves. And as your overseers, as your pastors, we want you to know that we take the responsibility of finding this process and seeking God very seriously, but not just to God Himself, but also to all of you as our church family, as our body here at Bethany. And so after much prayer and research, seeking counsel from other churches, talking to and hearing from the EFCA, we believe God has given us a path at which we can take to slowly begin to open up the church building for worship. However, as we share this plan, please hear that we understand that for some of you, this is just too fast. You're not ready to get back into that. You're not sure if you're ready to get back into the building in a large group like that. And so we want you to hear from your pastors and overseers, that's okay. There is no hurry for anybody in this. We're all seeking God on this together. And the one thing that we know is absolutely true, the thing that we have been saying on Sunday mornings over the past several months, that the walls that we're in right here, the walls of our building, that doesn't define or make us Bethany Church. What makes us who we are is the fact that we are a collection of people, a family that God has brought together that are committed to being His church, to being the family of Bethany. That is what makes us Bethany Church. That is where we find our confidence in knowing who we are as the family of God. And so whether you're here, whether you're in your homes, whether you're maybe worshiping with your grow group still, we know that we're all still going to be coming together in unity and love, centered around our heart's desire to love God and love others, worship in unity as a church family. And this is the foundation for everything that we believe God is leading us to as we begin this path to reopen the church building. And so our first service is going to take place on Sunday, June 14th. We're going to have our normal services times, 9:30 and 11, but things are definitely going to look different as we come into the building. And a couple of big things that might be different. One, we're not going to be able to at this time do any student or children's programming. We won't have any Sunday school classes, and Third Place Cafe won't be open. Again, this is a process we want to take slowly and really act wisely as we begin to reopen. The worship center is going to look different. We're going to set it up just to have a 25 to 35% capacity for our chair setup. And not only that, we're going to have the chairs set up throughout the room in sections of chairs to allow for really safe social distancing, a comfortable worship environment for people still to come in, but know there's plenty of space between everyone. Again, to be wise as we walk through this process, that 25 to 35% capacity is about 125 to 150 chairs, and that's where we're going with that. But if that room fills up, we also are going to have a video venue up in the Student Center, and you can go there if the room is full. It's going to have the same type of chair setup, social distancing, a comfortable worship environment for you to be a part of. It's something we want to keep as our focus as we go into this process. We're also going to have a family venue that's going to be set up in the Kids Stuff Theater. We're going to have round tables set up across the room, about 10 of them for families to come together to each round table and to take that time right there. And we'll have some stuff set up for the kids so the kids can have some things that they can do at the table, but parents or maybe some of the older kids can still be a part of the service and watch the service on the big screen if that's a way you'd like to begin to come together in the building. And in light of all of this, all these different perspectives, I want you to please go back and look at the letter that's also attached with this video. It has a lot more detail on the process for how we're reopening the building, the expectations we have on ourselves is how we're preparing for that, the expectations we should have on each other for how we prepare to come into that, how the building will function, all these different things. So please read through the letter and look at it diligently just to make sure we're all on the same page. Because if we're really honest as we're coming into this, for all of us, there's probably a different level of maybe hesitancy or frustration, or even it can be a confusing time trying to figure out what the right thing to do. And I want you to know, I think the heart of who God would want us to be as a church is beautifully reflected in Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. In it, God reminds us that us individually to not think of ourselves more highly than we should, to put aside our own individual desires, put aside our own expectations, the way we want things and the way we think they should be done, but instead to think of others more highly than ourselves. That's how we love each other. That's how we love God with all of our hearts, and that's how we love our neighbor as ourselves. And that's how we truly live out being His church, that we would be known in this community by our love for each other, how we begin to walk this path with wisdom and sincere love for each other. And please note, if you have any questions, please come find a pastor or an overseer. We want to hear from you during this time. We want to keep talking with you. So please find us, connect with us, ask us any questions you might have. But please note our love and our desire to continue to care for you, as I know you desire to care for the whole body here at Bethany. I hope you have a great week. I'm looking forward to still seeing you on Sunday morning on the live stream and worshiping together. God bless.